We can nickname us the Cardiac Cats. I don't know if I can handle much more of these, but, look, like I told you guys, I don't know how talented we are, but we fight. I was proud of the resolve from the guys. The bounce back from last week. Look, last week we were embarrassed, and it was despicable. It started with me. We still got a lot of things to clean up. Let me start also. This game was for our military appreciation. So thank you to them. Thank you to everybody that served our country and makes the ultimate sacrifice for us on that. Congratulations to Brady White, being Memphis's all-time winning quarterback. It's wonderful. I don't care what the stats look like, as long as we're really proud of him. Obviously, we know the leader young man he is. Calvin Austin, I believe, tying or doing something with a number of catches, tied with Anthony Miller on 100-yard-plus games. Just really proud. Obviously, Sean Dykes played a good game. The defense found ways to step up. We still got, as an offense, we still have to find ways to go into a game and not turn the ball over. Obviously, a pick six in this day and age of college football, when we're not a consistent offense, can really set you back. We've got to continue to find ways to run the football. I think, like we said, we like our young wide receivers, and they're stepping up, starting with Calvin Austin. But, the offensive line protected pretty well first third rush, but we've got to find ways to run the football more effectively, and that is ultimately on me. Proud of the way the defense played. We just got to continue to make stops. We've got to get better. Let's leave it like that. Am I happy with the win? Absolutely. And I'm going to enjoy this one because they're hard to come by. I told you guys they're all going to be hard to come by, and that's just the way this year is going to be. But I'm proud of the resolve of the young men. And like I said, I love the guys in the locker room, and I'm glad we were able to sneak away with a win. Jeff Scott's got a heck of a football team. He's going to continue to do things the right way. I know he's going to build that program the way he wants, develop his culture. And they threw everything at us and gave us all we could handle and more.
Terry, first question.
Congrats on the win, Coach. How you doing? I'm doing well. That team that came out in the fourth quarter is not the same team that played the first three on the defensive side and the offensive side. Why?
I'm trying to – and I've been searching all year, like you guys will say, Ryan, why is it, the offense starting faster? Why are we a tale of different teams? And I wish I could give you an exact answer, Terry. I mean, we continue to look into it as the way we got to practice. Are we doing too much during the week? Are we not doing enough? All those things I've got to continue to look into to see what it is. I don't like the fact that I hope it doesn't take us to the fourth quarter to realize we got to wake up. But when I gathered the team, as you guys have seen, that's something we've been doing. Obviously, the Cincinnati game, I don't even want to talk about that one, but with the result, other than that game, we get those guys up and we talk about believing and the willingness to fight and going out and doing that, right? We saw the same in the Central Florida game. We saw this game. That's just the mind. I don't know what it is, but I know they're willing to fight, and I'll take that over anything. We just got to find a way to start faster. We got to play it better in the first half. We have to be a consistent offense. I think that's part of it, Terry. And right now we're too up and down, right? And like I said, the turnovers, and now that's 6 games, and we've yet to do it without a turnover. And that's not good. We got to get that finished and fixed, or we'll have some issues ahead of us.
Steven?
Hey, Ryan, congrats on the victory.
Thanks, Steven.
With the running game, I remember kind of in the offseason, you said it was important to have that efficient running game. I guess, were you surprised at how ineffective it was today, considering South Florida was giving up, I think, 210 yards a game on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, more disappointed. And again, that's back-to-back weeks where our run game hasn't been what it needs to be. And that's from everybody. Again, like I said, I'll always put the run game on me. That's on. I got to do a better job, maybe be more creative with our schemes, find ways to do things. Then ultimately, like I said, the offensive line needs to do better. The tight ends, the running backs, and the receivers. That's all part of it. But like I said, it ultimately falls on me to make sure I'm putting us in the right position. I'm disappointed with it. I've got to go back to the drawing board and figure out things we have to be able to do. Now, we are seeing, as you guys are well aware, people that watch up from the press box, that those safeties are at 8 yards. And part of that, and that's why you have to be able to take advantage of that. That's why guys like Sean Dykes are able to find catches in the seams, Calvin Austin, let people guard us one-on-one. And, hopefully with the speed we're starting to get as Taj continues to grow in this offense, right, as people continue to realize type of threat Sean is, and Calvin's speed, maybe that does loosen up the box a little bit and gets it going. But again, no excuses. It starts with me finding ways to run the ball there.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, now all three conference wins coming with second half comebacks. Is there a dominant emotion between frustration of finding yourself in that position, or is it more pride in just the resilience of your team?
Look, what I share, the team knows we got to do better. I mean, and that's the one thing in all these comeback wins. The first thing I say is I tell them I'm proud of them because it's a band of brothers just willing to fight. And I told them today, the adversity we've gone through, the willingness to fight, the understanding that you never give up, no matter what, it will carry over to parts of their life. And I don't stand here standing on my soapbox, Clayton, but that's the reality of it. I tell these guys, this is just going to carry over. The fact that you guys are willing to fight and never give up and never quit, I promise you'll have direct reflection on the next 50 years of your life. And I think they understand that. They also know that it's not good enough. O'Brien Goodson broke down the team this week, just like Calvin Austin did with the UCF game, just like we've had. And guess what? Every single one of those guys in these comeback wins, the first thing they say is we have to keep working to get better. And that's the type of mentality you want. Are we perfect? Hell no, far from it. Do we have a lot of things to improve on? Absolutely. It starts with me. But the willingness of this team to understand that and the pride that I have in the fact that they're willing to fight, I think it's a good combination of both.
Raven?
Congrats, Coach, on your win. Congrats to you and the Cardiac Cats. I think that everybody's going to use that in the headline this week. But I do have questions about the first half, specifically the second quarter. You guys got outscored. I want to say it was, 27-3, something like that. 24-3. It was not a good showing. So what was going wrong in the second quarter? Of course, we know about Brady's pick six, but the defense, what was going on there?
I think, the pick six, obviously, like I said, the team that lets momentum affect them doesn't need to be, we got to be mentally stronger. I think that's what happened. We let the momentum affect us a little bit. In reality, we weren't getting anything going in that second quarter as an offense. It's disappointing other than that final drive. But, we have to find a way to be better on third down as an offense, and that makes life easier on the defense. As we know, the defense was going out there and getting a lot of 3-and-outs in the first quarter. And again, I think the biggest thing for us is talking about finishing. And really, it's that first half, right? I'm not talking about the end of the game. That goes without being said. But you're exactly right, Raven. We have to find ways in the first quarter, second quarter to finish off drives, right? Defense gets into third and long, get one more stop. Offense, you get to third and one or fourth and one, it has to be there's no other option other than to go get that first down and find a way. So we've got to go and make sure, Raven, that we're putting our guys in the right position. And again, I don't like starting the way we are, or even, the second quarter, we've had some hiccups in games of that nature. Like I said, we were able to drive the ball down the field on offense, but we just didn't finish the way we need to. And defense knows they got to get some stops. Obviously, they got the key ones when they needed, but the second quarter was one we'd like to throw away.
Evan?
Ryan, this week you didn't want to talk about how November's kind of been the month where the Tigers have kind of kicked into another gear, and in the fourth quarter you guys did. But what does it say about this team at this point where for 3 quarters there were all these struggles, but in the fourth you guys are still able to find a way to get it done?
Yeah, kind of like I was saying earlier, Evan, was I pleased with the performance throughout the game? When I go back and watch tape, there's going to be a lot that I'm not happy with, 100%. In all 3 phases, I was really disappointed in our return game on special teams. We've got to continue to make better choices there. It's been a really reality of it. Call it what it is. It's been a disappointment all season. And that's not to call players. That's on us as coaches to get that fixed. But what it says about the team, the fact that we're able to sit there and find ways to come back and to battle. Look, we know every game is going to be tough. I don't care who the heck we're playing. And I've told you guys from top down, every single one's going to be a battle. And we, like I said earlier, Evan, we just got to find ways to start faster. But what it says about the team is, like, I've used the word proud and resolve quite often when I've talked to you guys post-game, other than one time. And we just got to continue to find ways to push and let that fight and desire show up in the first half.
Terry?
Hey, coach, the other two phases of your special teams really showed out. From your kickoff team to your punt team, you got a rare inside the 5 yard line kickoff stop. What did it say about having that confidence on those day in and day out, even though they get no accolades?
I think the biggest thing, so Terry, and you guys have heard this, that have been in the media for a long time, is you can tell a lot about their team by their kickoff team, right? And are the guys running down the field? Are the guys willing to go down there at full speed ahead and try to lay it on the line to get a stop? And I think that says a lot about the character of your football team too, right? If you get the team that's not screaming down the field like their hair's on fire, then you're probably going to have issues in other aspects of the program. But that they take a lot of pride in that, and obviously the punt team too. Adam Williams does a fantastic job. Riley, is a fantastic kicker. So all those things go hand in hand. But we get guys. As you guys noticed, there's a lot that we had a guy out there today without a name on the back of the jersey, just to show you who's getting out there on the field. So we got guys that continue to find ways to get on the field, and those young, hungry guys, and we'll continue to have vets that step up in special teams. So it's been nice.
To me. Yeah. Ryan, wanted to see if you could take us through the 3 4th down calls in the first half, the one at the beginning of the game, and then obviously the two where I know one would have been a long field goal, but especially the one before halftime where you decided not to kick the field goal. What was your thinking there, being so aggressive?
Yeah, the 4th and 1, I think I still would have gone for it, Mark. I was disappointed. I'm always frustrated. If we can't go get a yard as an offense, then shame on us. And we didn't deserve it. And look, they turned around and got a field goal. I was so proud of our defense. The defense helped them with 3 straight plays, stops, and was able to get it. I had a lot of faith in our defense. They're continuing to gain confidence in the way they're playing. And so, but, offensively, we've been, as you guys have known, the last few weeks, we've not done what we need to, short yardage. And like I said, I got to find ways to make sure we are. And then later in the game, I knew we had to be more aggressive given the situation of the game, and giving those guys confidence. I'm not sure, Mark, you said something about the instead of kicking the field goal. I don't want to misspeak because I don't know exactly what part of that was in the game. I'm sorry.
It was towards at the end of the half, the end of the first half. You went for
yes,
4th and 2 instead.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we knew this, right? If we kicked the field goal, a 3-point deal, which shoot at the end of this game, it would have made a difference, obviously. But when you get down there and, like I said, with our offense not being as consistent as we want, when we get down that tight to the goal line, we have to find ways to punch it in. And so you're exactly right. Now, that's the one you were talking right before half. So, yeah, I mean, and I guess, look, guys, if we get 4th and 2, regardless of the score, we're probably always going to go for it because points are at a premium. And if not, if you don't get it, obviously right before half, they just really ran the ball to get out. But you have the opportunity to back those guys up.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll take one more from Brian.
Hey, Coach, I think this is the 3rd game in a row that Ducksworth has got a sack. If you could talk about his progression so far this year.
Yeah, so we call him Duck. I'm so proud of him. He's a guy that continues to come on. He's got – if you guys have ever seen Duck, he's always in a positive mood. He's got a contagious smile. Absolutely a wonderful young man to be around. He's just doing great as he continues to gain strength. He's been forced to be reckoned with. We love throwing him out there on the field on 3rd downs because Duck gets after him. Just so proud of his development. And I know, look, he's going to continue to get better. He's one of those, as we've seen with some of these D linemen, that as they get more playing time as the season goes on, they continue to get better and better, and really like him as a young man and as a prospect.